Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. We are just doing a vlog today. Someone did ask me in the comment section to do a video about what I would do differently this time around with my third kid. I'll get to that in the video today. But first I wanted to show you guys little Alfie. I am currently 35 weeks and like 5 days. I think 5 days. And I had my ultrasound yesterday along with talking to my doctor. And we just went over some stuff. So this is my last ultrasound until he's here. It was pretty much a growth scan to see how like big he is. I don't know what's going on with my hair right now, but whatever. If you hear anything, Ollie's obviously right behind me watching TV. He has to be. So he's measuring 3 weeks ahead. He is over 7 pounds already. And like by my app, he's only supposed to be around like 5 pounds right now, but he is over 7 pounds. And I'm kind of scared. I think he's gonna end up like being a 10-pound baby. So I'm just gonna go through the ultrasounds real quick. She got like this close-up of his nose right there. These are his cheeks, this is his lips, and then this is his profile. And then here's a better one of his profile. You can see here's his head, his nose, and then she just gave me 2 of like his feet, which are huge, by the way. So that's my ultrasounds. And so yeah, he's measuring like extremely big. I don't know if they're gonna be moving up my C-section, but when I went into like my doctor's appointment after the C-section, when I went into my doctor's appointment after my ultrasound, it wasn't my actual doctor, it was like someone part of the practice. So she couldn't really like tell me what's gonna happen with my laboring and delivery. So I have to talk to my doctor next week about that to see if he wants to move up the C-section due to him being so big. But her and I talked a bit because I just had a few questions. I found out that I have to go to that hospital, not the other one. And it's like 40 minutes from my house. So if I do go into labor, I need to like immediately leave because it might take a while to get there. And then she told me if I spontaneously go into labor, what I wanted to do. And she was just giving me some general information about what could happen if I do go into spontaneous labor with like already having a C-section. And like I wasn't really paying attention to the percentage of what how often it happens or the statistics, but she basically said like if all like goes wrong, I could bleed out, the baby could lose oxygen and blood, and I might end up with a hysterectomy. And right there I was like, all right, I'm gonna skip on the VBAC and just give me the C-section. So if I end up going into spontaneous labor, like labor naturally before the C-section date, then I will end up having a C-section at the hospital anyways. So either way, I'll be ending up with a C-section. And she did give me this like little bit of perspective. The last time I had a C-section, I was in labor for days and I was exhausted. I didn't eat. I didn't have any pain medicine, and then I went under and then came back out and I was still exhausted. So like my body just took a beating. So she said this time pretty much like, if I make it to my C-section, think of it this way: you're going in there, you're not going into labor, you're just having your surgery and then being done with it. So I kind of think like that gave me a new perspective, because I didn't even think about the fact that I was like dying before I had the C-section, and that's probably why I had such a hard time after my C-section. But yeah, she said as soon as I go into labor, just to head straight into labor and delivery, and they'll take me up for a C-section. So that's the plan. Either way, I'm having a C-section. So now I can plan like my hospital bag and stuff like that. I did buy some things for my hospital bag that was for natural birth, which I think I'll just return. But everything else is for my C-section, so I'm glad I started like buying stuff for that. And to be honest, you don't need a lot for C-section compared to like a natural birth. I feel like you want to like make yourself comfortable down there. The only thing you really need to make comfortable is your C-section scar, and then you have some bleeding, so like pads and stuff. So it's gonna be swelling and stuff, but in a different spot, and you have to take care of an incision. But other than that, like I don't need like a peri bottle. I don't need like icicle pads. I don't need the foam. Like I don't need all that extra stuff to like make me comfortable down there. So I just really need to focus on getting stuff for my C-section now. So that's the little update with that. I definitely want to film my hospital bag this weekend, so that will be up in the next couple of weeks. I have Alfie's bag completely packed already, which I think I might switch some stuff out because I put newborn stuff in his bag, and I think newborn only goes up to like 8 pounds, so I don't think I should pack newborn stuff. I don't think there's a point, so I have to fix that. And I really think that I should just get rid of anything that's like newborn related. But yeah, I'm going to do some chores, hang out with Ollie, and I want to make like Oliver's like daily sheets. I seen this thing on TikTok where it's like my toddler's like homeschool menu, and they bought like they bought menus like that you could put papers in, and they bought like whiteboard markers, and they were able to like write on them with the sheets in there. So I was thinking of buying them, but I got the Velcro stickies in the mail, so I'm going to be doing that today. So I want to like bring up my laminator and create some sheets for Ollie to do while we're home. Like he has 2 more months of no school, so I just want to get some stuff going. I've been sitting around for like 2 weeks doing nothing, so now's the time to like get some stuff done with him and keep him interested in things. So yeah, that's what my plan is today. It's not a lot. I'm trying to keep myself like on the low end of doing things because I get tired by 12 o'clock. So that's the plan. I'm gonna fold some laundry and just watch some TV while I do that, and then get started on making things. And then while I'm making things, I'll probably talk to you guys about what I want to do differently with this child. I'm now in the kitchen, just getting on my computer to start with these sheets. I've been doing like not paying attention to my Canva and like doing the Etsy thing to like put up like toddler activities or toddler sheets, worksheets. I have them done, I just haven't put them on Etsy yet, and I'm just gonna print some out and like work with him with them so you guys can see them. And if you want them, let me know and I'll post them on Etsy. But that's what I'm doing right now, and then I'm also gonna do like a morning chart, an afternoon chart, a night chart, like to brush his teeth and stuff like that. I'm gonna create that and get that going, and I have the Velcro things. But since I'm sitting here trying to get this done, I'm just gonna go through the differences of what I wanna do with Alfie compared to Ollie and Lillie. And I also wanna preface that like I was 16 with Lillie. I had a lot of help with my mom, and Lillie also goes to her dad's like 50-50 custody, so she spends a lot of time with her dad as well. So it's not like I can 100% say that I have raised her to be who she is, even though I'm confident that she can go out in the world and be a decent human being. I can't take like claim of everything, especially because I lived with my parents until she was like 6, and again she still switches to her dad's, so that's kind of like kind of out there. I also worked and went to school full-time with Lillie, so she wasn't like, she's was my main focus, but it wasn't like I could focus on her the way I could focus on Ollie. Also, living with other people, there's a lot of influence with parenting. So if you're a teen mom and you like, you know, live with your parents, you just know that they like to like, not overstep, but overstep. So I'm kind of just gonna compare like Lillie. I'm just gonna kind of compare Ollie to Alfie because there's not as many factors that like go into it. Ollie basically was raised by me and Anthony by ourselves when we lived alone. So there's not like the factors of other people influencing her, him, and like switching houses with custody battles. So he's like the prime example of what I would like to do differently with the next kid, because we've raised him by ourselves. So I'm probably not going to be mentioning Lillie's like upbringing anymore compared to like Ollie's. So Oliver, I went back to work after like 3 months of having him, and then Anthony stayed home about a week. I am now going to be home full-time with Alfie, so I feel like I'm going to be able to spend more of that quality time with him as like when he's a baby. I definitely missed out on a lot of stuff with Oliver. A lot of firsts happened while he was at the babysitter's, and I missed it. So this is like me taking in all of the first for the first time, actually, because I didn't get all the firsts for Lillie either. So this would be like my first child where I get all the firsts, and it might possibly be all of my lasts as well. So it's kind of like sentimental in a way, and I'm gonna cherish this as much as I possibly can. So that's that. Also, I want to say that Ollie didn't go to daycare until he was 2. This one will probably not go to daycare at all. But I want to start education earlier. I feel like we were like super lazy when it came to education with Ollie. Even though he was smart and he knew things, we didn't start educational stuff until after he was like 1. I think I'm gonna start it as soon as he's like 6 months old and start speaking to him, because Ollie didn't talk normally until he was like 3. With the influence of daycare and getting his lip and tongue tie done and his ears, the tubes in his ears, he wasn't able to hear. He couldn't really like move his tongue around. There was a lot of issues, and I want to like know if Alfie can't talk correctly because of issues, not because of like his pacifier. So that leads me to the pacifier. I bought a bunch because he's not going to be like attaching to me. So pacifiers, I want those gone before he's like 1. I want bottles gone before he's 1. Ollie luckily was on like a sippy cup by like 7 or 8 months, I think. We transitioned him. So I don't want the pacifier past like 1 year old. So I want to definitely wean that off. And I had such a hard time with Oliver because he is like a cold turkey child. He needs to it just needs to be gone. So it happened with sleep training. It happened with the pacifier. It happened with potty training. We kind of just had to just do it and not like wean him into it. It was just like, all right, that's it. And he gave us a little trouble for like a day or 2, and then he was perfectly fine. So pacifier is that. I don't want it past 1. And then sleep training. Ollie slept in our bed until he was like a 1.5 years old. It was absolutely terrible. And he still to this day will run to our bedroom and sleep with us because I'm so pregnant. I cannot get him out of the bed, and Anthony like sleeps so heavy that he doesn't even notice him. I have to physically wake Anthony up to get Ollie out of the bed. So it's kind of just like a hot mess with that. I'm sleep training Alfie from the beginning. He will not be in our bed at all. He's going to be in his bassinet, and when we outgrows the bassinet, I think I'm going to invest in like a bed and put him somewhere in the house. He's gonna have a room somewhere. We're still trying to figure that out, but like for now, the bassinet we got, it can grow with him for a little bit. So that's where he's gonna be staying, and I refuse to put this baby in my bed. So I don't want another child that's like dependent on, I mean, I will like, you know, do the code naps, but not co-sleeping where he's in my bed. I'm okay with like contact naps. That's what it's called. I'm okay with like baby wearing and stuff like that throughout the day, but like mama needs her sleep and I can't be like worrying about a child being in my bed all day. So that's like my number 2. All right, number 3 is baby-led weaning. We did try baby-led weaning when Ollie was a little, but I think I'm going to completely avoid purees. And if I do purees, I'm going to like make them myself and like freeze them so I can have them in batches compared to buying them. But I think I'm just gonna go straight into like giving him food. I will say pouches are good for like on the go, but for like at home, I think I'm just going to go straight into food. He played around with pouches and that was just a hot mess. And then when he actually got food, it was just like a big trouble. He wouldn't like really eat anything. And then with the influence of having the babysitter and stuff, people just kept giving him junk. And that just pissed me off. So now I can regulate what Alfie is eating. I'm not saying that he can't have like a cookie here or there when he turns a certain age, but he was eating like cheese curls and shit at like 6 months old, and I don't like that. So that's not what I'm gonna do this time around. And I get to control like what actually gets to go on. And I will also say that like we had a lot of people pretty much in and out when Ollie was really young, because everybody and their mother wanted to meet him. But this time around, we're not doing that. If you're not if they're not consistent in our lives, we pretty much were just like, whatever, like you're not gonna meet the baby. It's not gonna be like a revolving door where you're in and out. That's one of the things I want to stand by, because it's just a lot. Like some like babies are just like, they're intelligent and they can notice people missing or notice you're angry or whatever when a certain person's around, and I just don't want that. So I'm gonna avoid that as well. Those are some of the differences from when he's an infant. Again, I'll also mention that I'm not going to be breastfeeding from the actual breast. I'm going to be pumping and giving it to him. So that's another difference. When it comes to like him being a toddler, I'm gonna try to be more educational as they get older. I feel like Ollie lacks on that a lot, and Lillie doesn't do anything educational because she gets straight A's and she rubs that in my face all the time. Also, it's really hard to do that when she switches houses every week, so it's hard to stay consistent with her. Whereas Ollie, we can do that. We can come up with a daily schedule and just get it done. But I want to do that more with Alfie. Like I said, I want to start it earlier and just be more consistent as he grows. And I also just want to get rid of the baby voice. Like, I babied the crap out of Ollie. I don't want to do this time around, even though he would be the baby. I still baby Ollie, and I need to quit that. So no more baby voice. I just want to speak to him so he can speak clearly when he gets older, and I just don't want to babyfy him. Ollie struggles a lot with independent play. He is now getting to that point where he can do it, but he also, like, you know, comes over and talks to me randomly. That's fine, but he used to have us sit on the floor with him the entire time, 4 hours, or he would not play. So that's another thing. Independence, I'm gonna work on that 100%, and that's a lot to do with Anthony. Anthony just feels like since he's gone all day working, he really needs to like be on top of them when he gets home, and it doesn't need to be like that. Lillie was extremely independent when she was younger because she was watched by my parents and they just ignored her, and she played with her toys. Ollie, on the other hand, was very clingy because of Anthony, and we just constantly had to be on top of him. And if I wasn't on top of him, he would freak out, cry, would not do anything. So yeah, that's another thing I want to change. Independence, get him a little bit more on his own, but not so much where Lillie is, where she's just like completely by herself all the time. Lillie is turned into that like introvert who pretty much like stays in her bedroom all the time. Lillie comes down once in a while, and that's pretty much it. She doesn't really like to be around everybody. I want Alfie to kind of be in the middle. We got a really clingy Ollie and very independent Lillie, and I kind of need like a middle ground here. So yeah, that's what some of the differences. If you have many children or multiple children and you've switched up your parenting styles, please let me know in the comment section down below. I will also mention discipline. Lillie was extremely easy to discipline. We just put her on the step for however old she was, and that pretty much stopped when she was like 8. She would sit on the step for like 2 minutes if she was 2 because she did something wrong. She wasn't allowed to move, she wasn't allowed to talk to anybody, and she wasn't allowed to like get up. And when she was done with the timer, I would get on her level and like speak to her about what was wrong, so we could correct the issue, and she normally didn't do it again. So that was like something that worked really well with Lillie. It doesn't work at all with Oliver. He will freak the hell out when he sits there. Lillie would cry, but it's like she would just cry and be done with it. Like Ollie throws a whole tantrum, and I feel like Ollie has picked up all my anger issues, and we need to like work on that. So I do a lot of like distracting when it comes to things that is making him upset. Like I know it's making him upset, so we'll just like distract him and do something else. Or like he likes to say mean things like I'm gonna throw you in the trash or something when he doesn't get his way. So he likes to badmouth people. So we try to nip that in the bud as well. It's mostly like us just communicating that that's not nice, and then he stops. So it's a lot of just us talking to him, and like him sitting on the step doesn't work with him personally. So I kind of feel like different child, different ways, different methods of like disciplining. But yeah, if you have multiple kids, like I said, please let me know in the comment section down what you do with different kids. So yeah, they're different kids, different methods on how to take care of them. And that's just what I've been doing since they've been born, and we'll just like figure it out with Alfie with the discipline as he gets older. It's probably gonna be the same way as Ollie with like redirection and like talking, but who knows, like children are crazy. So I'm gonna sit here and do this because I've been talking nonstop and my camera's gonna die, and Ollie just keeps interrupting the crap out of me, like I said, because he's not independent and he constantly needs to show me the crap that he's doing. So I'm gonna quickly do this so I could just finish and put this away. I have like my laminator, my printer, and my computer out so I could just, you know, create the stuff. I'll show you guys at the end what I finished, and let me know if you want me to put it on Etsy or whatever. After about an hour of working, I've only gotten a couple of things done. To be honest, I was having trouble with my printer because it refuses to print on both sides, so I just had to print half and then flip it and print it again. But I printed these little flashcards with the alphabet, and I'm just cutting these out. I don't know where my slicer tool is because it'd be a lot easier to just slice and go, but I have to like physically print them. I have to physically cut them all out. So I'm doing that. And they're laminated, so he, like, if he bends them or anything, it'll be okay. And then I printed out these trace the curves, trace the lines for hand-eye coordination with a pencil, or in this case a marker. I'm going to laminate these as well. And then I've also created these like matching the letters with the capital and lowercase. Alright, so I have the alphabet pretty much A through Z, and I did these double-sided so I wouldn't waste so much paper. I feel like I should have did it on like thicker paper because you can kind of see it. But it's pretty much like tracing these, and then coloring the things that start with that letter. So that's what I'm doing. Like, you can see it better with this, I guess. So it shows you how to do the letter. So it's capital, lowercase, and anything that starts with that letter. I'm gonna laminate these as well. So this is what I'm working on right now. I do need to do like the morning and nighttime routine, but I'm already getting tired after an hour of doing this. And like I said, my printer was just acting up, so this might also be like a couple-day project. And I have to create the morning and nighttime routine, so I have to work on my computer for a little bit. But that's what's going on right now. And when I finish all these, I'll show you. If it's not in this video, it's going to be in another video. But yeah, I'm going to eat something real quick and just continue cutting. All right, I'm officially done all of my sheets for now. I'm probably gonna get back to this like tomorrow or something. So they're all laminated. I just need to get some good markers to use and like something to wipe it down. And I cut all those out and they look good. So yeah, the good thing about these is they are like, I can switch them up and just reprint them. So Ollie has a problem with using kitten for K because he thinks cat is for C, so I might have to redo the C or the K because he doesn't like that. So it's really interchangeable and I can switch it up to anything he likes. I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the day. It's already 1:30. I think Anthony's about to be done work and driving back to the yard. We're having burgers for dinner. And that's about it. I'm not doing anything else today. I have done so much already. I'm exhausted. Ollie ate like half a bagel for lunch. He wouldn't eat anything else. And now I'm trying to figure out like the voiceovers on TikTok. So wish me luck because this is a hot mess. So I'm actually editing this right now and I didn't notice that I didn't end the video. It's the next day and Ollie and I are eating breakfast and editing, so I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave any questions in the comment section down below. I answer every single comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Say bye, buddy.
Bye bye.